Welcome back to Yellow Cottage Soapery. Today I am making a fragrance soap with the fragrance Caramel and Pumpkin Swirl. It is a Bath & Body Works stew. It does discolor soap to, it says, a medium brown. So I'm going to be adding a little bit more titanium dioxide to my soap to hopefully just make it not be like too dark of a brown, just to kind of lighten it up a little bit. I'm going to save a little bit of white that I don't put fragrance in so that I could put it on the top. I'm going to be using my wooden molds, and I'm going to be putting these little melt and pour pumpkins on the top of each bar, so that's going to be a pretty big bar. We're going to be using a pumpkin head from MadMicas and a Maniacal from MadMicas. You can find both of these in the link down below. It's an affiliate link. I do get a little bit of commission for it if you purchase through my link. Also, this fragrance oil, the percentage recommended that you use is less than most fragrance oils because it is super fragrant. So I got that ready, and I'm going to go ahead and get started. I've got my kale and clay in here, and I just mixed all this up. This is room temperature, maybe a little warmer. And my lye I made maybe 3 hours ago, so I won't have to strain it. There's no lye lint in it because it hasn't been sitting. So my kale and clay is in here. We're going to go ahead and mix that up. Okay, we're going to add our lye solution. You can see when it starts to change, when the oil, the clear on the top kind of turns milky, like that. You can see that that's getting close to trace, is what they call it, which means that they're fully blended in. Now you can mix longer if you want a thicker soap, or you can mix less amount of time if you want to work with a thinner soap if you're doing like a certain design. Now I'm not sure if this fragrance oil is going to speed up trace or if it's going to rice or anything like that. I've used it in the past, but I can't remember exactly what it does. So we're going to pour off our colors. I'm going to add my white to the main batter. I'm going to do a little bit more than normal. And then this one I want to be white as well. And then we're going to do green. I'm going to do a little extra than I normally would on the colors, just because I don't want these to discolor as well. If they're dark enough, I'm hoping they'll be okay. Go ahead and blend all this up, and then we will pour our soap. Maybe having the more milky white base will make it so that the brown is more of a caramel color, is kind of what I'm hoping. All right, this one I'm going to set aside because I don't want to end up putting fragrance oil in on accident. All right, I'm going to go ahead, do the green. That looks like the color of green apples, kind of. I'm going to be making an apple soap too, and it smells like Macintosh apple from Yankee Candles, which is my favorite. Yeah, just a little bit more. All right, we're going to go ahead and add fragrance. I did scent the melt and pour pumpkins too. Whoa, holy moly. Well, wow. I wasn't expecting that. Now, it probably will end up morphing back to more on the tan brown side. I'm not exactly sure why this turned so yellow, but you just gotta go with it. Let's see what it does to the green. Okay, not much to the green. Oh, it makes it a little bit like a tinge of yellow in it. Okay, it doesn't really do anything to, oh, it made the orange kind of a little deeper, which I do like. This scent would be really nice in wax melts or in a candle. I am glad that it's not ricing or thickening too quickly. This is so weird, this yellow. All right. We're gonna pour all of this in. I can't believe this is so yellow. Has anybody used this fragrance before? Is this normal? I added cocoa butter to this loaf, or this soap as well. I do shea butter, but I had gotten some cocoa butter sent to me, and I was like, I'm gonna add a little bit of that into this soap. just to make it more luxurious. Why do I gotta be so messy? All right, we're gonna pour this. I'm gonna save a little bit of the green, just the green, to do like some vines or leaves or something on the top. Like just a very little bit. And I really like how the orange turned like a darker orange. And we're going in with all of the orange. All right, I think we're gonna swirl. I'm gonna get my hanger tool. You can also stir with this, or do swirls with a spoon or spatula, all different things. I just am really, always seem to be happy with how they turn out with the hanger swirl, so I like to do that. All right, I gotta change this because I forgot I used it in my longer loaf. Okay. Oh, it smells so good. If you like pumpkin scents, you'll love this one. I really like pumpkin, but it gives me a headache after a while. I might have to actually cure this in a different room in the house. I don't know. It depends on how much it smells. When I say that, it's just, I don't know, I think any fall scent with the cinnamon and the spice smells amazing, and then all of a sudden you realize it's really giving me a headache. Now I'm going to, our white has thickened up nicely, so we're going to add this on the top, and then we'll put our pumpkins on, and then I'm gonna pipe a little bit of vines, a little bit of leaves, probably. These are gonna be huge, massive bars of soap. It's like whipped cream. It'll be interesting when we cut this to see what the base color ends up turning into. I don't believe it's going to stay yellow. I didn't read any reviews that said that it stays yellow, so. All right, I'm going to get the green into a piping bag, and I'll be back to put the pumpkins on and to pipe. Okay, we're back. We're gonna go ahead and place the pumpkins on the soap, and then I'm gonna do a little bit of leaves or vines around it. So I always have one little slice over here that I used to cut up for samples. So they're gonna look a little off-centered, but I'm gonna go here. And then I just need to leave a tiny space in between for my cutter. I might have to make another batch of this because I feel like I'm gonna have extra pumpkins. And I also know that there's many of my customers that really were asking about this particular scent. So normally I would get 12. I'm gonna get 7, if that tells you how giant these bars are gonna be. Unless I could figure out how to cut them to make them thinner. I wonder if I should try to do that. All right, I'm trying to think. I'd set my splitter different. Guys, what do I do? Maybe I will do that. We're just gonna try it. Just enough pumpkins. So they're gonna be narrow, tall bars. Okay, so now I just have a Writer Tip Wilton 5 on this. It's still kind of fluid, but I think it'll be fine for what I'm gonna do. So I'm just gonna take it and kind of make some swirls like this, like for vines. I'm gonna do this first, and then I'm gonna switch it out to a leaf tip. Let's do this. I'm just gonna do them in different kind of directions, and I'll turn it and do some in the other direction as well. Kind of do the same thing on this side. Any of you guys can do this. You don't have to do it perfectly. Just make some loop-de-loops. It's going to be interesting to see what these bars look like tomorrow or the next day whenever I unmold it and cut it. I will have to change my log splitter to be able to cut a different width. All right, now I'm gonna add the leaves, and if I feel like I wanna add more of the little twirlies, I'll do that. So I'm just changing it out and putting a leaf tip on. This is a Wilton 362. So you just hold it like an alligator's mouth, like that. You just put it right up to where you want to go and just go back and forth and pull off. My hand, the warmth of my hand is actually warming up the soap a little bit, so it's become more fluid as I'm piping. It's still okay to work with. I do prefer it to be a little bit thicker, but it's still holding its shape, so. Okay, and I'm gonna turn it around, and I'm gonna do the same thing on this side. I'll give them each a couple of different leaves. Okay, I think that's enough. I don't think I'm gonna do anything else to it, so here you go. Caramel pumpkin swirl. Thanks for watching, and I will be back when it's time to divide, split it, and cut it. Back again. I'm going crazy. So I think it might work. I gotta put this on the side so it holds the thing. So I think it's gonna go through. It wants to cut a little tiny piece of the pumpkin. Oh goodness. Ooh. Okay, now we're stuck. Well, the inside's pretty. See, you can see where it, the little pieces of pumpkin. So this is the thing. If I cut it, let's bring my cutter over. This is just a whole different shape. I stood there, you'll see in the video, I stood there thinking, should I or shouldn't I do 3? Because normally I do 2, and then the 3rd row is for samples. So let's see what this size soap looks like. This will be interesting. I can't cut them like that because then they'll be humongous. All right, we're just gonna do this and see what happens. It might be good. It might be nice to hold in the palm of your hand. We're gonna see together. I'm either gonna cry or be happy. All right, well this is cute. I think that's so cute. What do you guys think of this shape? Okay, you can fit it right in the palm of your hand. A lot of soap makers, and I think it looks beautiful when they do it, they take a little, like a peeler, like a vegetable peeler, or there is a tool to do, a wooden tool, and it rounds the edges of the soap. I did start out doing that, and then I didn't do it anymore because I felt like I was wasting scraps of soap. Also, these sides right here, you use it one time and they round off themselves. So, all right, let's see what the next one looks like. I'm hoping that this will be set perfectly to cut all of them. All right, so we got one that's not an end piece. Oh my gosh, I'm obsessed, I think. And you can see color like on all 3 sides. Is this fun? I think so. I hope my customers like it because this soap, I think I have 2 bars left and then it's sold out. I hope they like it. We'll find out when I post it on my page tonight. I'm sorry, but that is just fun. I wonder how much these weigh. I don't know. And you got your cute little pumpkin on the top. So I'm really glad that this didn't go darker. I think it's because we added the titanium dioxide to it to whiten it. So then I kind of ended up with this. It may darken while it's curing. I'm not sure. We will find out. Okay, so I'm not gonna have any samples of this bar because maybe I'll cut that off real quick. I don't like the way that looks, the little end. I like to have a little piece to test before I ship it out. Well, it's cute. All right, so now we're gonna cut. Let me bring back in my thing here. That's a mess. I think what I'll do, maybe I'll just take these little orange pieces off that like from the very tip of the pumpkin. All right, so now we're gonna put it, okay, I think we're gonna be okay here. All right, let's cut this mama. Oh, this is going right down the center. I love this shape, I think. I always want to come up with something different that I don't see other people do. So maybe this was a happenstance type thing. Smells amazing if you like pumpkin. So this is the centerpiece. As you can see, so I didn't line it up perfectly. Actually, this was the piece from the other one. Never mind. So this one was cut fine, except for I cut a little tiny piece of the pumpkin off here. So that's an end piece. Let's do the center piece and see how the swirls look on the center. All right, I'm gonna cut this end off just real quick. So I'm curious to see if it does change color, if it does when it cures. Let me turn on my scale so I can weigh these. I wanna see how much they weigh. Okay, so it's so cute. All right, let's see how much it weighs. Holy moly. This is a 8.75 ounces. That's a really big soap. So what's going to happen when this cures is it's going to lose water. That's when it's hardening up. And so it might weigh a little over 8.5. But that's a big bar of soap. I've got to cut the apple one. I'm going to do that right after this. I'm excited to see the swirls in that one. Oh, look, so you can go that all the way around. Okay. So I talked to my friends, my soapy friends on my Facebook page, and I'm terrified. I decided I'm gonna go live and make soap live. And I'm all worried because like I don't like my face being on camera or anything. So my daughter's like, well, don't show your face. Just show your hands at first until you're comfortable. So I'm gonna do a live, and if you guys are interested in that, follow my Yellow Cottage Soapery page on Facebook, because that's where I'll announce like what day and time I'm gonna do it. I'll just cut these last three. I won't bore you with the whole loaf. So if I make soaps this way, there aren't gonna be any samples unless I make a little extra and put them in another mold. So because I love sending samples with my soap. Another one, I love it. You can see more of the swirls and stuff. And this one I'm just gonna slice off the end real quick. Let me know, you guys, in the comments what you think of this shape. See, so by taking off the end that was plain like that, then now we've got beautiful swirl to look at. Okay guys, thanks so much for watching, and I will see you all in my next video.